or two, but I can tell you that pretty much every single person watching right now, and pretty much just about anybody in the world, will never be able to own the real deal of either of these. It's just not happening. So what we've done is taken a one-of-a-kind ring. And if you are associating any gemstone with Elizabeth Taylor, to me, it's always been the emeralds. The photographs of her and her emerald suites are just breathtaking. And that is the biggest understatement I've ever made, because beyond breathtaking, for the only day in January to kick off your new year, we're giving you 5 easy payments of $19.80 for the smaller of the two, which is a beautiful, beautiful ring, which is 6 carats and 10 points altogether. That's the one that I've been wearing. Or if you want to walk down the aisle at your daughter's wedding, if you want to just, like you've said, Tim, sit in bed on a dreary day and look at your hand and say, wow, there's the big bold one. And that is the 15 carat, sizes 6 through 11 on that, size 5 through 11 on the 6 carat. But we've been talking about this ring the whole show. Again, this is beautifully cast. It's all hand set. It's sturdy as I throw it across the stage.
It won't break.
This is literally fewer than 200 in the 15 carat. And if you just want to kind of take a gander at that, that's about an inch of fabulousness on Easy Pay for the only day in January. So when we get to the end of this day, just like the one-time only value, midnight West Coast, Easy Pay gone on the 15 carat, Easy Pay gone on what I'm wearing, the 6 carat. So we really have a collage of photos to prove that Elizabeth really was the queen of the emeralds.
She
knocked
was.
Cleopatra right off her throne. I'm sorry.
Well, because here's the thing. She played Cleopatra.
She certainly did.
And she was the first actress to get paid $1 million to be in that role. And
Isn't
it was
it
a big
interesting
deal.
that with all the news about women in Hollywood now, then there was Elizabeth Taylor breaking through that ceiling in her day. That's amazing.
Well, actually, I don't know how many younger people understand, but Elizabeth did break through the ceiling and really invented modern day celebrity, because you don't see anybody doing anything today that Elizabeth wasn't the first person to do really in the 60s.
In her day, right.
And so, you know, Cleopatra and her affair with Richard Burton was epic. And they were in Rome, and there was a store called Bulgari, a very important Italian jewelry store. And Elizabeth and Richard went to Bulgari quite a bit. And he started buying her emeralds. But it was because Cleopatra's favorite stone, and she had her own emerald mine.
Right.
So it was, you know, when you talk about them being the two, it's interesting because she was actually playing Cleopatra when she was receiving these amazing gifts from Richard Burton.
Amazing emeralds. And the one that you're seeing here, which is the actual size that she had, Tim?
Which do you think? Take
well,
a guess.
I'm going to go for A. I'm going to go right here and get 100 on my test.
Of course.
Wow. Wow. And you saw the real one, obviously. I mean, come on. Like, look at the quality of this piece. And emeralds in real life don't look like this. They have, you know, the jardin, they have the inclusions in them. They're usually very cloudy, but hers were amazing.
Hers were special, and we met this woman, this amazing friend to both me and Elizabeth, Lorraine Schwartz, who's a jewelry designer, and she came up to the house. And Elizabeth really liked her right away. So she said, let's bring out the jewelry and let's show Lorraine what I have. And when we showed Lorraine these emeralds, she explained to us that these diamond mines were closed. Elizabeth had the last of those emeralds. So you can't get diamonds like that, emeralds like this anymore anyway. So you might as well spend a little bit of money, not have to spend millions and millions of dollars to get something that's not as good as this. Because this emerald, and Elizabeth and I used to talk about, I mean, you know, we talked about jewelry all the time, of course. So if we were playing with it, why wouldn't we talk about it? So Elizabeth, my favorite color is green. But Elizabeth said, this is the kind of green that you feel like you can ingest it. I don't know what it is about this green that is just, you want to take it in.
Right.
So gorgeous.
Right.
And it's so
spectacular.
fantastic that we can bring it to you like this.
I don't know if I ever told you this, Tim, but I'll confess on national TV that, you know, I love gems and I do a lot of the gems on QVC. And when I would be presenting real emeralds, I always want to manage everybody's expectations. And I would call the camera in, and we still sell emeralds to this day. And I'd say, you know, the French call it jardin. That's the little inclusions that you see within, you know, the majority of emeralds that are still beautiful quality, fine quality. And then I would kind of joke and say, well, unless you're Elizabeth Taylor, you're not going to have a flawless or a near flawless emerald. I mean, there's one woman that has those, and then, you know, and the rest of royalty and, you know, 1.1% of society, and even if you could afford that, everybody else doesn't have these emeralds at their fingertips. Guess what? Now we do. And I have to say, if you want the 6 carat, little over 6 carat plus, again, all hand set, that's a super popular size today, and now we have fewer than 500, but that's among sizes 5 through 11 in that ring. Okay, in size 11 and size 10, is that on the smaller one, Mike? Final quantities in size 10 and size 11. And I don't want to be the voice of doom here, but I've been honored to be on QVC with Tim before. I've been honored to see a lot of amazing collections come to QVC, and many of them are now retired, other collections that we've done. And every once in a while, I'll wear something from that collection, and I'll get letters and emails, and people will say, you know, what do you have on? Where can I get that? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. That's no longer available. That may happen with this ring someday. So while we have it, and for the only day in January on Easy Pay, and it's early, so, you know, my birthday's the end of the month. If I decided to run to QVC.com and buy myself a simulated emerald that once graced the hand of Elizabeth Taylor, I wouldn't get Easy Pay even though I work here, and neither would you. So that Easy Pay option of under $1 a day for the 6 carat, just a scooch over $1 a day for that beautiful larger stone, that goes away at the end of the day. So if you want our 6 carat total weight, 10 and 11 final quantities. Beautiful. So we've not had a chance to